Before I let you go, I want to talk to you about the work you do with Cat Labs and get your advice for students and young professionals who want to move toward this type of work in the future. Now, like you said, you started out in a decidedly non-tech sector, and you were able to kind of get into crypto scams and cryptocurrency very early on. But it feels like at this point, methods of securing and defending crypto feels like we're changing in complexity and challenge like every 30 days. So do you have any advice for students or young aspirants who are trying to get into this type of field to get themselves up to speed very quickly? Because it seems like it's like trying to go from 0 to 70 to get onto a highway or something like that. But like if you're studying to get into this now, what should you be doing to make sure that you're sort of future proofing your skills?
Well, my advice, and this is how I learned, and is learn by doing. Right? Go on the forums, participate in bounties, take network offensive security course, of course, as a base. But I'm going to say something that's non-traditional.
Okay.
I would recommend actually working for the government. In the very beginning, right after college.
Yep.
The amount of intelligence and knowledge that I gained working from the government, and it's working from the government is mission driven, right? Like you're not, you don't have to worry about making money, making your commissions, making your numbers. All you have to worry about is doing the work, right? Doing the work, supporting the mission, which is what I loved about working for the government, not having to worry about the money, right, and the business side of things. I think when I worked for the government, I was privy to just so much information. Like the stuff that you see on hacks, scams, and fraud in the media is just a tip of the iceberg.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
And that was just learn by doing, times 100, right? Because, I'm seeing these cases coming in and I have to address each one of them. And throughout the years, I basically now have an arsenal of knowledge of every single way in which people can get scammed, hacked, defrauded, and, different areas of crime, money laundering. So law enforcement, cyber squads, even intelligence, are some really good options. A lot of people don't think about this, because the money, right? But I think government work, especially in the very beginning, like maybe not a decade like me, but maybe like 3 to 5 years, gives a really nice base, right? And then to go out into the private sector later on and do what interests you.
Yeah, and I think a lot of students who just graduate and get their first tech job are, certainly we heard it from pen testers and red teamers that you just keep doing the same 3 tasks over and over. And it sounds like in that you're doing these, you're never going to be, I imagine, abandoned by your supervisors. And like, I haven't talked to my boss in 3 weeks and I don't know if I'm doing the right thing or not. Like, I imagine that you're pretty tightly integrated into every team that you're working on when you're doing this kind of government work, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And you have all the resources of the government, right? You don't have to struggle with resources, trying to raise money, or a company laying you off. No, you have all the resources of the government. You need intel analysts to do your intel work. You need headquarters support. You need tools. It's just the sky's the limit. It's a really great gig.
Yeah. Now, that's awesome, and I think that's really good advice. And for us, it's certainly not non-traditional because we have a lot of students who are in government or moving toward government and stuff. Have you seen Work Bites, the new security awareness training series from Infosec? Our team produced this series with 3 E's in mind: making security awareness training entertaining, engaging, and educational. Just go to infosecinstitute.com/free to learn more about this hilarious office comedy. And hey, let us know what you think about it.